It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, October 6, 2021, 7 a.m.
Beautiful morning.
Yeah, maybe get some rain today.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Right now it's a beautiful morning, whether you get rain or not. It's
Very
still
nice,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yesterday was nice.
Yeah, well, it's the whole day. Yeah, very nice.
I had the wrestlers working outside yesterday.
You did? Yeah. I did. Let me guess, picking up rocks or sticks?
No, well, you know,
We're going to have a meeting at my house, guys. The workout's my house.
Well, the rain we had the other day, and then we went into sun, and we had to make sure all the gravel was turned over so the other side could be dry.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Wow.
I'm not that bad.
No. What's the official start of your wrestling season? I mean, you're kind of like the preseason right now.
Yeah. Well, we went into preseason. Now we're in, unless you're in another sport, now we're mandatory practices.
Okay, yeah.
Before it was kind of a voluntary preseason. Now we're still pretty much preseason, but it's more mandatory.
Mandatory preseason.
Unless you're in another sport, you need to be there.
All right, sounds good. Anyway, it is Wednesday, October 6th. Hope your Wednesday's off to a great start. And we got some weather to talk about coming up here, and hopefully
we got Allie.
She's
right
here.
our entertainment
She's gonna do the
for
prayer
today.
in just a minute, and the mayor's going to be our guest once he gets here.
He'll roll in
He'll
eventually.
roll in here in just a minute. Anyway, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee here at the studio. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. Brewed Awakening, 3 locations to serve you. And it's Baxter Regional Medical Center's main entrance lobby. Follow the COVID-19 guidelines there. Bomber Boulevard at 7:02 between now and 15 to late or so. They're going to be kind of busy. But they get them in and out. You know, they recognize the car. They recognize the client. And I know exactly what it wants. It's a matter of just getting them in and getting them out. And then there's 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. All 3 locations are up and running and ready to serve you the best coffee in town. You don't have to park at the grocery store and walk inside and wait. Go to any of the drive-thrus for Brewed Awakening coffee. Enjoy the best coffee in town. Mochas, lattes, frappuccinos. They've got it all. And
Allie, you drink a lot of coffee over there?
No.
Well, let me tell you, I don't either. But I will say one thing about Brewed Awakening. Their cinnamon rolls, their muffins, they got scones, they got apple and cherry turnovers. They are the bomb. And their cinnamon rolls are huge. I mean, it's a meal, just one of them.
About the size of a DeSoto hubcap.
I have to share them with my sister.
So rather you're a coffee fan or not, Brewed Awakening's got you covered.
They've got you covered. They've got the mochas, the lattes, the frappuccino. This time of year, it's pumpkin spice in the coffee. Why, I don't know, but some like it that way. French vanilla, you name it, they've got it. Check out Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. Excuse me, Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Ready to serve you the best coffee in town. Mike says, hey man, we are real coffee. And they really are. They are the best coffee in town. You want some at your house, stop by any of the 2 drive-thrus and say, can I get a bag of beans? They can grind them for you. Take them home, grind them yourself. ½ pound, 1 pound, pound and a half or more. A little bit more money than what it costs at the grocery store for regular coffee, but it's Brewed Awakening coffee and it's well worth the extra money. So stop by any of the 3 locations today. Brewed Awakening coffee is the very best coffee in town. Don't take my word for it. Check them out today. 3 locations to serve you Brewed Awakening coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, anyone there can help you. Pre-planning, passing of a family member, friend, loved one, whatever it may be. You see, with all our respect on the screen, it's how they do business on a daily basis. It's a tough job. I could never do it, but they do it so well all across the state of Arkansas and western Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, great people, caring, loving, and understanding. They get you through a very difficult time in your life. Roller Funeral Homes, with all due respect, today Allie is a 3rd grade student at the Mountain Home Christian Academy. Now, the Christian Academy teaches no Common Core. They take no government money, so if you can help them financially, they are a 501c3. You can call them at 424-6622 to help them. Allie's going to bring us our morning prayer this morning. Are you ready? All right.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Please help everyone with COVID and help the hurt and the sick. Please help everyone to have a good day. and please help everyone to trust in you. Amen.
Amen. Wow.
We're going to have a good day now.
We sure are. Morning prayer
Good
brought to you by
job.
Allie, and she's
Good
a third grade
job.
student at Mount Christian Academy. I tell you what, these students, they're amazing.
And you got one that likes your subject, history.
History, yeah.
That's kind of her thing, she said. We kind of went over this already, but
You know, that's a very nice facility there. Very nice grounds, nice building. It's a real pretty building. It really is. And so was over there, I think, the first part of September, did the morning opening and took some of the old antiques to demonstrate some things and made a little devotional of that. Mount Christian Academy, once again, if you can help them financially, 424-6622, just off the bypass, and they're right across the street from Mount Baptist Church. So if you can help the Mount Christian Academy, it'd be greatly appreciated. 424-6622. Ready for that trumpet?
she says she is. We're going to find out. So
All right,
we're
morning
gonna,
weather brought to you by the Z-Team.
Yes.
You got to
Good
take
job.
all these little clips and
I
add them
know.
together, all these little...
We are. We're going to make a little quick thing of all you guys doing these trumpet sounds.
Oh, yeah, the phone number's gone. Somebody took my phone number.
Uh-oh.
Something's missing there. All right, it's time for the weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda's Adora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website retiretoarkansas.net. Take a look at the White River today. Oh, not bad. The camera's mounted in Marion County. You're looking across the river into Baxter County and Cotter, Arkansas. You see the 62-412 bridge on the left side of the screen. The clearing there is the baseball park and Railroad Museum. And of course the beautiful White River. And you can see the camera icon on the lower right hand side of the screen where you take a still frame from the live feed. And this is a 24/7 live webcam with no delay. And you can share it with family and friends. You can use it as a backdrop, screensaver, whatever they call it on the devices these days. And enjoy
Could
the
you
beautiful
imagine
White River.
having that view every day when you wake up out your back window? Would that look cool?
That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. While you're at retiretoarkansas.net checking out the White River, check out all the listings with the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, and Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. You can get all the MLS numbers right there. So if you give another publication, you can check that out. And all the MLS numbers for this service area there, both for Arkansas and Missouri. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, for all your real estate needs. Real estate realtors. I can't talk. This is when you mess up, just keep going.
All right, realtors you recommend to a
Realtors
friend.
you can recommend to a friend. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website retiretoarkansas.net. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Right now we've got 63. That's not bad. 63 degrees in Mountain Home. 63 in Mountain Home. 61 at Harrison. 63 at Batesville. 64 at Yellville. 61 at Marshall. Salem checks in at 63. Mountain View at 61. 63 in West Plains. 61 in Springfield. 67 in Poplar Bluff. And 65 in St. Louis. And in contrast, about 18 degrees difference between here and Watford City, North Dakota. Excuse me, they're at 45 degrees. Not bad up there. Checking the radar, we just got scattered showers all throughout the country with the exception of the upper Midwest. Showers from Seattle to Eugene, Oregon to Eureka, California, back into Idaho, Montana, Utah, Colorado, down into New Mexico. Then it skips a few states and comes back over Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, and the southeast part of the country. Let's take a look at Arkansas and see what we've got. So we need the rain. We need the rain. Please let it rain. All right, you can see some showers down around Hot Springs, Little Rock to the west of Conway, and then on the state line, Boone, Marion, Baxter County, and it trails on up into Missouri, drops down a little bit in Fulton and Sharp and Randolph and Lawrence counties in northeast Arkansas. Overall, the highways are clear with the exception of 62-412 west right now. And basically all the interstates. Light showers on I-40 west of Conway, a little bit around the Little Rock area, I-30, 630, 430, I-40. And looks like I-30 is basically clear from Little Rock down to Texarkana. I-40 across the state, and maybe just a couple swipes of the wipers, along with Interstate 555 and 55 in the state. I-49 is clear right now. And you're going to have some shower activity in Little Rock on 67, 167, but it clears out once you get to the split at Searcy, going up to Batesville and then on up into Pocahontas. I-40 from Memphis to Jackson looks good. Interstate 55 at Blytheville. Missouri with some shower activity. We have some shower activity on I-44 between Springfield and St. Louis. We've got it on Highway 65 between Little Rock and Branson. West on 60 and 160 from Poplar Bluff to Branson and Springfield. Got some shower activity there. West Plains on Highway 63. Once again, I-44, a little bit on I-55, but not much coming out of the southern part of Missouri. Highway 67 from Poplar Bluff to St. Louis, going to have some shower activity. Once you get north of Rolla, it kind of thins out. I-70 is clear. I-49 and 35 north of KC looks like it's in pretty good shape. Checking southern Illinois, they got a little bit more rain there in western Kentucky. Belleville, Illinois, Fairview Heights, East St. Louis, Interstate 64 east. You don't get anything till you get over around the Indiana line. Mount Vernon, south on I-57. Carbondale getting some showers at I-57. Carroll with some showers on I-57. Paducah, Kentucky on I-24 with some shower activity. We'll back out so you can kind of see the overall picture here in the middle part of the country. For today, no watches or warnings for Arkansas or Missouri. 7-day forecast looks like this. 70% chance of rain today. Wow. 30% tonight.
I think it's going to rain.
Huh?
I think it's going to rain.
I think it's going to rain. We need it. 78 on Thursday, 85 on Friday, 86 on Saturday, 84 on Sunday with bright sunshiny skies. Checking iDrive Arkansas today. A little bit of slow traffic coming in on 30 to 6:30 and 4:30 in the western southwest.
Hey Dale,
part.
Look who finally rolled in.
Is the mayor finally?
Yeah, he
I'm out of coffee.
And now he's looking for your coffee.
I ran out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of coffee, and this is being a bad day right now.
Getting water.
Yeah, in the refrigerator.
Yes, make yourself at home. Mayor comes in and you just
Like, where's the coffee?
He's rolling in finally at 7:10, and you don't even have any coffee to help him up.
For the mayor.
Here we go.
We have some slower traffic around Alma and I-40 and I-49. And let's take a look at what's going on in Mountain Home. We'll take a look at, you want to see Cardinal Drive? This is pretty cool.
He's over there venting.
The Arkansas Highway Department's got cameras out here, so you can see this is Cardinal. See, here's McDonald's right here, and you can see Century 21 Lemac Real Estate right here. Minimum amount of traffic this morning at Cardinal at 62 412 business, and let's take a look down the hill.
He's
This
still
is my
ranting and raving over there. Way to go, Dale. It's going to make for a bad show now.
This is looking down the hill. You see Clay Maxey Chevrolet. This is from Club Boulevard. Holly's Jewelry is right here, the old Burger King building. No traffic on the east side of the city right now. And we're going to take a look at Mammoth Springs, Arkansas. We've got some folks on the NEXT cable network there through North Arkansas Electric Cooperative. They've got some rain over there. This is Highway 63 North. You can see Mammoth Springs State Park here. You see the river right here to the left. And
They seem to always have rain over there.
They always, it seems like ever since we bring this camera up, it's wet on that highway. You can actually see into southern Missouri right here because the state line's right about in here at Mammoth Springs, Arkansas. And of course, you can turn left here on Highway 9 and go down to Salem. Checking Missouri Department of Transportation this morning, they have some maintenance issues around Springfield, some construction stuff. Nothing on Highway 63 to Rolla, Highway 67, Poplar Bluff, St. Louis. Looks like it's in pretty good shape as well. Cough, sneeze, and hack. We got 0.08 today. Chinope or ragweeds and chinopods are the culprits. 3.3 tomorrow. Norfolk Lake sits at 553.60. Bull Shoals Lake at 657.03. Crude oil prices still up 78.69 a barrel. Dow Jones Industrial Average recovered from the day before. We're at 311.75. Went up 311.75. Closing at 314.67. If you can help the Dream Network, my friend Marlo Lucas is the CEO of the Dream Network. They help women and children in desperate situations. They're based out of Springfield, Missouri. Go to dreamnetwork.org. And they believe that our vision is to be a voice for children, connecting them with resources to help them realize their gifts and pursue their God-given dreams and talents. The Dream Network, go to dreamnetwork.org. You can hit the donate button right here. And also web and paper design. Our good friend David Stroud comes in, directs TV when Scooter can't be here. They do websites, services, logos, online and print. And you can hit contact us right here to get a hold of David or call 405-4433. Wow. Let's see, what do we got PSA-wise? You got...
I got a couple of them. Yard sale. Van Meter Senior Center is doing their fundraiser yard sale, community yard sale. It'll be this Saturday, October 9th, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Van Meter Senior Center in the parking lot. The Senior Center will be closed during the event, but there is bathrooms in the park.
Okay.
Also, don't forget, 75th annual Turkey Trot celebration is this Saturday at the square in Yellville.
And a lot of folks in Yellville.
Yep, and our weather sponsor Z-Team, I'm sure, will be there, and they have a booth there, so if you want to go by and talk to them and everything. They got vendors, food. It'll be a good time, be a good chance to meet the Z-Team and grab some food, have some fun, and enjoy life a little bit.
And then Bomber football Thursday and Friday.
Yes, Thursday is 9th grade, and then Friday is the varsity, and we are Van Buren.
Yeah, that'll
be a
a lot of travel.
Be a good.
What's going on at Christian Academy? We got some things come up. We got some ball games or anything coming up. Should be basketball coming up, and then are they going to do the chili?
They're doing volleyball
supper?
Right now, I think.
They're doing volleyball now. Yeah. They used to have a chili supper and a pie auction. Because of COVID last year, I don't think they did it.
I don't know. Be honest with you.
It's a lot of fun. If they have it, we'll be there.
All right. Here's my question, because we know your favorite subject is history. Do you like to do for fun? What's the fun stuff you like to do?
Recess.
That was my favorite subject. What are you talking about? Recess. Do you play any sports, or do you do any cheer? Or
I do cheer.
You
Cheer,
do cheer.
good. That's great.
Awesome.
That's good.
Awesome.
All right. I think we need to take a break. 7:16.
She's going to have to close us out.
Okay. Look at the camera. Say, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Very good.
Live Bomber football is back on XL7 TV with announcers Bob Rechtenwald and Josh Kaminsky, bringing you the best in play-by-play. Watch every game live on XL7 TV or online at xl7tv.com/football. Every Friday night, watch the Bombers live, whether you are at the game or not. Also, enjoy a meal, drink, and watch the Bombers on XL7 TV live at the following restaurants every Friday night, only on XL7 TV. It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home. Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
When you think
And we're back with Mayor Hillrey Adams, who had to make his own coffee today.
Sorry, we're late. We're behind the gun. We don't have any coffee in here to keep everybody going.
You need to hang a help wanted sign in the window so you can get somebody to make coffee in the mornings up here.
I just kind of ran out.
Wait.
I think I'll make a quick trip to Brood Awakening here in a little while.
You know, I kind of feel bad. He doesn't show up till like 7:10, so he's just kind of dragging in, waiting for this coffee that's it's just not there.
Well, you know, the thing about it, Scott, I drove by from City Hall to here about a half a dozen places, but I just knew I was going to come in here and get your usual cup of coffee this morning. How disappointed was I when I walked through that door?
I'm disappointed, I'll be honest with you.
We can wait for that city council meeting tomorrow night. City ordinance, Dale cannot run out of coffee when the mayor's the guest.
Yeah, you have to have coffee at the show.
So how you been?
Hey, I'm ready. Let's move this thing outside this morning. Watch your rain.
Oh, it's nice.
Right.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm good.
Can you stick this outside and sit on the porch? You need
Hello.
to get a lock.
Let me log into my phone. We'll just use my phone. I'll hold it up.
Well, that's a nice little. It looks like we're gonna get a nice little shower out there.
We need it. We need it.
Yeah, I promise you, we need it right there. We're ready for one right there for sure, right there.
So, what's going on? I hear sales taxes are still up and doing well.
They are doing real well, but before we even talk about that, you know, we got a major event tonight, and everybody needs to be ready for that. And that's the St. Louis Cardinals and the LA Dodgers.
Yes.
You know, this is the
At
most
LA.
important game of the year.
Yes.
At this point in the year. So, you know, fly, red birds fly right there. Now we can talk about anything.
We win, we move on. If we lose, we pack up. And what's
it's
funny,
all
we hear
or none
some.
tonight, but we got Mr. Wainwright out
We got
there,
Wainwright
so.
on the mound tonight, so I'll take, and Adam signed with St. Louis, so we got Adam and Yadi coming back next year. It's going to be good.
You know, it'd be a lot better if it was in St. Louis instead of on that West Coast.
True. We can get them.
Yeah, Dale, we had another really good month on our sales tax numbers, and you know, that was actually for the month of July.
Mm-hmm.
Another very good positive number. You know, this year's just been off the chart for us. Of course, this one you're seeing now also reflects the collection of the new tax that was passed March 9th for the park project.
Park improvements.
Being in there. But minus that portion of it, we were still had a great month. And with that new one that was collected right there, you know, it more than met our projections to service this bond debt for this park project right there. So that was the first month of that. And, you know, all that stuff's looking good. We just we gotta keep finding ways to get people to come to Mountain Home.
Well, let me mention, I went by the park one day, and there's a bicycle rally out there.
But we'll talk about that bike all you want
goodness.
to talk. I'm going to tell you something. There's a young man in this town by the name of Brandon Cooper. Brandon works out at Dent Boys, and he approached the city council probably well over a year ago about putting a mountain bike trail in there. And that if he could get the right type trail in, he could bring a NICA, N-I-C-A, NICA event to town. It's a mountain bike sport group, and it mainly focuses on school clubs. It's not a sanctioned sport in schools at this time. They're clubs, and he said, I can bring one of those in. And Brandon went to work. We have a 3.5 mile trail, mountain bike trail at Calista Willette. Part of it you see along Rossi Road right there, the little pump portion of it. But Brandon got all that done, the work done. He and some volunteers did a lot of that work. Garrett Rucker over at Mountain Home High School, I believe it is, is one of the coaches of that group. And they had parents out there, they had young kids out there. They got some grant money from the NICA Foundation, and they put that trail in. And Dale, that event, I've been around here since 1992. I've seen a lot of baseball tournaments out there, a lot of softball. I've never, ever seen Clista Willette Park as busy as it was that day right there, ever. And we had a lot of opportunity to visit with those NICA people out there, both Saturday and Sunday. I probably spent an hour with the people that organized this group. There were over 500 bike riders out there, over 33 teams. And those school teams I saw from Hot Springs to Pea Ridge and Lincoln and Northwest Arkansas. Nearly every school in Northwest Arkansas had a team. Jonesboro.
Really?
Some Central Arkansas area schools that were here from everywhere. And
that park was full.
They camped in the park. We let them do that. They stayed in hotels. They stayed in bed and breakfast around town. They went and ate here in town. And when I asked them Sunday, what can we do to bring another one of these events to Mountain Home? This is pretty impressive. Just support that organization. That's basically it. And so the next time they come to town, and they've already reached back out to me in the last 2 weeks.
Good.
You know, and we've got some dialogue going with those folks now. The next time they come to town, we're going to work real hard, the city and the Chamber of Commerce, on getting some community support for these people.
Sure.
I want to see everybody in town welcome NICA riders to town. And here's something, I think this was the most impressive part of that day for me. When the very last rider crossed that finish line, they already had people in the woods up there. And you know, they got ribbons up in the woods, they got flags, the trail goes this way, and all sorts of directional stuff up in that area. By the time the last rider crossed the trail, they used the riders as volunteers, and they were sweeping behind that last person. And within 30 minutes, there was no sign of anything, you know, that was brought in and added to the park for the event.
Clean it up.
They had all stacked, cleaned, and they had their award ceremony, and they got in their trucks or cars or RVs, whatever they were in, and they were gone. And they left that park in a very, very good fashion. We had no issues or problems with them. And those kids were anywhere from probably 5th, 6th grade up to seniors in high school. No accidents. I mean, you know, a scratch or two, I think, you know, you're going to have that in an event like that. But I actually walked out into the woods for a while on Sunday and watched them. That's pretty tough sport right there, I promise you, you know. And it's a great thing to involve kids in.
Yeah.
And the way you grow that sport is you get more young kids in it, and then their parents get in it. And I saw people out there, moms and dads, along with their kids riding bikes. And it's a very safety conscious organization.
Really? Yeah.
And they're all about preserving the area they got to ride, and very conservation-minded group of people. And we were just tickled to death they chose Mountain Home.
So how many teams did you say?
There were 33 teams.
You know, I like hearing stories like this, because somebody goes up to you and says, "Hey, I want to put in a mountain bike trail, and I'm going to bring in these people." And you would have never have guessed it would have blown up in the first event to be like this.
I never.
I love it. I love to hear that stuff.
I never would have dreamed, Scott, that you know, it would. NICA does 4 of these events a year, and they don't go to the same place all the time. They're in different spots. They want people to see different areas of the country or the state of Arkansas and do these. So they bounce around. But I can promise you, after visiting with them Sunday out there, that Brandon and his group have done a good enough job building that trail. It's not a trail that's just you're going to see a superstar, big name rider on, but it's that trail that introduces people to this sport.
Yeah.
It's a trail that's the challenge level of it, I would say, is probably maybe moderate to intermediate type. It's basically to introduce kids to the sport and get more kids on bikes and get them on there in a safe way. And I could not have been more proud of how that thing turned out there in Brandon and Garrett. It's called the Mountain Home Cutthroats is the name of the team here.
Really?
And they did a great job out there.
Well, no, if you can continue to keep that type of situation coming in, wouldn't that open up the opportunity for business to service bikes and stuff?
Yes, and
I'm not saying
maybe
it's going to be
sell bikes.
And sell bikes.
They were vendors out there.
Yep.
That are bike people, and it would be by getting this started here and having this event and introducing people to the sport. We got a lot of area around here that we could develop and grow into, a bigger area. Northwest Arkansas, of course, it's different over where you got that Walton bike group and everything that goes on over there and that long trail they got, but we could be, right behind something like that. We could grow mountain biking around here into a very, very big.
You could combine, Marion County and Baxter County, and even, I haven't heard a lot out of David's Trail in a while, but wouldn't it be nice to be able to have a bike version, so to speak, of David's Trail?
I guess, depending on what the Corps would allow on some of their property and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there's just so many opportunities for it around here, and the terrain is great for it. It's not flat. I like to, every now and then, especially when we outdo Northeast Arkansas on something, to make sure we get a chance to talk about that. But there was a team there from Jonesboro, and I went over and met the team people and the coach of the team and stuff. And here we are, 2 hours, 2:15 from Jonesboro, 120 mile plus. They have no place like what we've got.
Really?
No trail like that. And that team was so excited to know that within 2 hours of where they live at now, they got a place they can come ride a trail like it.
Good.
They're wanting one in Jonesboro, but you got to look at it. You got a very limited amount of places over there that aren't on Crowley's Ridge.
Yeah.
And got a couple of parks on the ridge. They could make some nice trails, but they don't have it today.
Yeah.
And so that group
and it's not
was
something
looking
you say we're
forward
going to do
to
it today and have it done by Saturday.
and they were really looking forward to chances to come back up here. But that was a great event, brought a lot of folks to town, and those are the type things we want to continue to grow around here in the park system and bring folks in for things like that.
And see, people come in, they spend the money, and then they go home. So we get the
They
sales
go home.
tax benefits off of it, and it keeps our police and fire and all the other services going, and money in the bank.
They were staying in, I talked to a group from, I believe they were Bentonville, yeah. And they couldn't get a place in Mountain Home, so they stayed over at Cotter. Over there on the river somewhere at Cotter. So it was good for this area.
Yeah.
It was good for Mountain Home. Great we had it here, but there were also some outlying areas benefited from this right here. And if you're wondering what that weekend all these vehicles were doing in town with these crazy looking racks on the back or on top, standing up bikes, laying down bikes, I never seen them hauled so many different ways, And we're hoping that NICA will look at Mountain Home in a favorable way and come back and see us again next year. And if not next year, in a very near future.
That's
for
great.
sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people
That's
out there
awesome.
that day. It was awesome. A lot of bikes. I mean, just people everywhere on that park. It was
First time ever for a mountain bike event here.
That's great. Come up on 7:35 and need to take a break, and we'll be right back more with the mayor after this.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
(7:37). Continuing our talk with the mayor, and we're still during the break talking about the Nico bike challenge out there. That's quite an event, and I'd like to see some more.
It was, but Dale, you know, we got a new one that's coming to town.
What's that?
And it's coming to town. We will open it up, I think, November the 24th, this Thanksgiving Eve. And thanks to the generosity of Ed and Lucretia Coulter, we'll be opening up the Coulter Celebration of Lights on the campus at ASU.
Oh, fun.
And for anybody that's familiar with holiday light drive-thrus, you may have been to Branson, you may have been to Batesville or Jonesboro or some other town. We will have our first holiday light drive-through show this year. Back in January, Dr. Myers and I got together and I guess we had a little too much coffee one morning and got to talking about some things and how good that campus would be for something like this. And so it's been brewing for a while, and we got a commitment from the A&P Commission to put up some money for this event. We got a commitment from the City Council, and sat down and formed a group of people to come up with an idea for a holiday light drive-through show. And Dr. Coulter, or Dr. Myers, I should say, brought Molly Morgan on board out there at ASU. And Molly is she's kind of like the lead organizer. She's in charge. She kind of tells Dr. Myers and I what we need to do about every day on this light deal. But with her help, the show now has a design, a theme. Molly put together a design team to come up with a theme and what area of the campus we're going to light up. In doing that, we put together a budget of what it was going to cost. And we didn't have enough money to light up that area with what the city and A&P had put up. So we came up and visited with a lot of other towns that do this stuff. How do you do it? And we came up with a plan, and we put out there for businesses in the community to sponsor something. They could just pay for one of the light displays we'll have in there, or they can create their own. It'll be approved by the design team that Molly's got. We want to make sure that anything you bring to the show to put in, that it fits in with what we're trying to do out there. So all that was done, and we came up with a sponsorship program.
Good.
And that's out there now. Anybody that's interested can contact Molly Morgan up at ASU and get involved in that. But once we put that out there, we had a plan to name the light show. If somebody wanted to put up enough money and make a strong enough commitment to us, we would come up with a name for the show. And Dr. Coulter, his wife Lucretia, decided to put that money up, and it's now going to be called the Coulter Celebration of Lights, and it's in honor of Dr. Fran Coulter. And I mean, we couldn't do what we're fixing to do out there this year without the help of the Coulters, and it has allowed us. We want this first year, this light show, to be so impressive in year one that you're going to come back year two, and you're going to keep coming. We were reluctant to try to do it this year because we wanted to make it something that if you drove over here from Harrison or West Plains or Jonesboro or Batesville and saw this, that you'd want to come back again. And we were a little bit gun shy for a while until the culture stepped up. And I can tell you right now, we've got Christmas lights stored in a lot of places. We've already got some going up. We're going to be using a few city employees throughout this process, some ASU maintenance people. And Molly has actually put together teams of people that are coming out there working on certain days. And anybody that's interested, whether it be a church group, a wrestling team at a school, or a football group, or whatever, they can contact Molly and she'll find them something to do.
How do you even start?
Well, I'll tell you where we're going to start.
To design something.
Yeah. Dale, we visited back in, I think it was January, February, with a company out of, I believe it was the West Coast somewhere, Las Vegas, maybe even farther west, that does holiday lights.
Really?
And they do them, and they come in, and they actually looked at this campus. We gave them a map. They came in, they put together an idea. But what they put together and what money we have were two different things. And then they were going to come in and drop the lights, turn it on, run it, and at the end of it, get the money and be gone. And we were going to have to do this year after year after year. And so we felt like in the long run it might be better if we actually owned everything, and we could make it a community-wide event. We want Kiwanis, we want the Mountain Home Wrestling Team or the football club or Boy Scouts, whatever.
Any of the church
organizations involved in it. And this first year, I like what Dr. Coulter said the morning we had the announcement. He donated the money to us. This year's a soft opening. That's what he said.
Soft opening.
This is a soft opening. Year two, it's really going to be something. And what we end up wanting to do is light it up all the way around campus in a circle. And that way you can come in from multiple directions possibly and flow to the right and keep going around. But this year, we won't get that much done. And we want to, in the future, to have kind of like what Batesville does. They may have a group, you mentioned a church group, ladies sitting out there with a tent and they're selling hot chocolate. They may have a group that's, got a carriage ride through the light show that they're doing. I mean, just a lot of activities and create more of a festival with it. Batesville actually for 1 week brings a Ferris wheel in.
Really?
And they set that Ferris wheel up, and you get to ride the Ferris wheel to see the lights. Well, we've checked into that, and for the right amount of money, if somebody wanted to help us out, we can get that Ferris wheel.
Somebody could sponsor that.
We didn't feel like this year was a place for us to spend what money we have. We want to light it. So what we're going to do this year is all the entry will be on College Street. That's known as the Thompson Gate, right there across from Gregory Company and Central Heat and Air, right in that area. You'll come in through the Thompson Gate, and when you cross the bridge and you hit King Circle, which is a road that goes completely around camp, you'll go to the right, and then we'll detour and make the traffic go to the left, which is in front of the shed. If you go straight, you go out to Wade. We're going to force you in front of the shed, and then you'll travel through in front of the shed, and you'll have the shed will be lit up, everything around it on both sides, and then on the left you got that, I believe it's called the Keller Green, down there in front of Roller Hall and Dryer Hall and McLean Hall and all that. That'll all be lit up, that entire area. So you'll be able to drive through, and then when you get back down to the bottom of the hill, you'll turn right and follow that divided road there out to 62 West and come out right there at Fuller Street and 62, and you can go either way you need to on 62. That right there is about a mile, folks.
Wow.
And so Molly took everything we had looked at in shopping, and they just started putting together areas. This area is going to be called this area this. And, you know, there'll be an area that most of the lights will be kitty displays. I think we're going to see multiple kitty areas in there because, you know, that's what this is all about, I think, is an opportunity for those kids to be in the back seat of Mom and Dad's car or in Grandpa's car and drive through there and see the smile on their face. And
that's cool.
I remember as a kid, Mayor, growing up just outside St. Louis, and how people would decorate. And of course, totally different. Now you've got your LED lights and everything else. But,
and that's one of the things, all the lighting in this deal. Dr. Myers and the maintenance crew out there at ASU have already done a lot of work with energy. And we're putting in some additional power out there along the route so that we can light everything up and
did something.
You know,
but it was such a thrill as a kid to see the lights.
Here's what it did last year in Batesville, Arkansas. I want you to keep this number in the top of your head here. 43,944 vehicles went through the one in Batesville. Now, Batesville's been around a long time, and no doubt the city of Batesville's done a great job. They got a show down there that they started. Is
it down there on the White River?
It's right along the river, Riverside Park. And I think every business in Batesville participates somehow, some way. The city's employees, maintenance people, parks people do this and put it up. They're down there right now already putting up Christmas lights. We are too. Molly's already had people out on the campus at ASU. It's a long time to get this thing the way you want it. 43,944 cars went through there last year. And imagine what that did to that McDonald's restaurant right across the road where you go into Riverside Park in Batesville or Colton's. And that's a time of the year when we don't see a lot of our tourist traffic. You don't, not at every intersection see a bass boat or a river boat, you know, fishing at that time of year. And we see it as an opportunity to bring people to Mountain Home. And them come and again, you know, spend maybe a night here, visit their families, you know, go out and eat, stop at a convenience store. Thursday of this week, we have a meeting with the city of Jonesboro and Batesville. And we're going to try to create something, maybe like a Northern Light Tour, where, you know, we all market what we're doing together. And Jonesboro, right there on the bypass, at Joe Mack Campbell Baseball Park, and I'm sure you know where that is when you go around 555 there. they just last year had their second year light show.
Really?
And a lot of these cities do it different ways. They'll charge a car fee to come in. Batesville, as you go out, has a donation bucket. So there's a lot of ways to do it, and we're not 100% sure yet how we're going to do that. We may ask for donations this first year, and then if we can get it to the point we want it to next year, it might be a $5 or $10 car charge to go through. There's also something called the Arkansas Holiday Trail of Lights Tour, and that's cities all over the state that are on that. And we've already spoken to those people. It's through the state Department of Heritage and Tourism, and getting listed on that.
Yeah.
And there are people who travel to look at lights. There's a lot of people in Mountain Home, been to Batesville, Arkansas, or Jonesboro, or Branson to see the light show. And we can do the same thing right here, and with the help of the city, the A&P Commission, and now the Coulters, and then the last time I talked to Molly, she'd already had 5 or 6 businesses in town step up and sign up for various levels of sponsorship.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
And we'll take any help we can get in that, and we're trying to create something that Dr. Myers one day out there said, I want this campus to glow in the dark from the bypass.
There
you
go.
We're trying to do right there.
We need to take the last break. More with the mayor right after the break.
I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
DeAtley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina DeAtley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Live Bomber Football is back on XL7 TV with announcers Bob Rechtenwald and Josh Kaminsky, bringing you the best in play-by-play. Watch every game live on XL7 TV or online at xl7tv.com/football. Every Friday night, watch the Bombers live, whether you are at the game or not. Also, enjoy a meal, drink, and watch the Bombers on XL7 TV live at the following restaurants every Friday night, only on XL7 TV. It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home. Get the
Almost 7:54. Final thoughts, Mayor?
Well, before we get out here, we've been talking about the Holiday Light Show, and I want to make sure anybody that wants to help with that show in any way can contact Molly Morgan out at ASU. Her number is 508-6191. If you can't get a hold of Molly, track me down, and we'll get you together, because we still need a lot of help in that area right there. And, with that, I think we got a home football game, if I'm not mistaken. Don't we play at home this week? Or
no, we're in Van Buren.
We're in Van Buren this week.
Fort Smith 2 weeks in a row.
Those Bombers are, tough little stretch right there, going to Fort Smith 2 Friday nights in a row.
Yeah.
Or that area there. But you know, keep this Bomber football team and everything, and keep supporting those kids and what they're doing out there. And of course, you know, we're right around the corner from all sorts of other stuff. I know volleyball's going strong. The basketball and all that stuff will be kicking up here in any days. So a lot of activity going on around the schools. The parks project that we're working on, I mean, I think yesterday about 3 times my phone rang from the engineering company, the turf companies. There's a lot of stuff being done. While you may not see dirt moving right now, I mean, there's a lot of planning, design being done and stuff like that.
All your prep work.
Yeah.
That takes a long time.
That stuff that there's as much goes on behind the scene as there probably is on the front page or front line, and you got to get it to that point before you can start doing anything. And so we think we're about ready to nail down the turf contract. Keller Park, when we talk about softball and baseball fields, Keller's going to be the first one that we do the most on, and we're now thinking that we could possibly, maybe, a big if, I'm not going to promise anything to anybody, but there's a remote chance we could have Keller Park redone before next season.
Is that right?
March, yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
You know, the weather will have to cooperate with some, but the contractors and engineers right now everything's looking like if we can get it done and pull the trigger here within the next few days or a week or two, we could have Keller overhauled and at least have all the field work done that we're going to be doing out there, which is turf. And you know, when you put down that turf, there's no more rainouts. Maybe a rain delay of a few minutes. Give it time to ease through there a little bit, but you're not going to have a washout.
Yeah, you got a good drainage system underneath it.
Yeah, and so there's all that stuff. The last week, I think 4 days, I saw engineers out there on Keller Park looking through those little scopes they look through, taking them topos.
There's a survey company out there yesterday.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work for us out there right now. So it's happening. Things going to be going in place here pretty soon. Out there.
And downtown looks great.
Downtown's, you know, the end of October last year, we applied for an opportunity with the University of Central Arkansas to do what's called a walk audit. And the University of Central Arkansas has a part of that school down there. It's called the Community Development Institute. I got introduced to that in 2019. We took a van ride down there, a group of us, and met the people that are on that HGTV show, and they talk about how to rebuild downtown. And so we went down there, and last year we applied for this. We didn't get it this year. We did. In late October, they're going to be here, and we're going to do what's called a walk audit of downtown area. And they're just going to be offering to us ideas, advice on how to make things look better, how to bring some life to some buildings that don't have it. And you know, we got some things going on down there now, and we just want to make sure that we continue what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's all done in a manner that will make the community look better in the end down there.
Downtown's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of good things going down there right now. And, you know, we have an opportunity now to go downtown Mountain Home at the end of the day, at least Wednesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
If we never get, some of these folks can never get this help situation taken care of, we might could open up 7 days a week. But right now, you know, they're struggling. And but you go down there from Wednesdays on, it's a different place down there for first time that I can remember, at least after hours.
Yeah. Real quick, the new fire station, we're down about 40 seconds, but.
Well, you know, we're doing field work out there. We probably got close to another maybe year of field to get it the way we want it, you know. I'm hoping, Dale, that by the end of 22, sometime in the backside of 2022, we're ready to advertise for construction bids on that out there. We've gone and looked at fire stations and towns all over Arkansas. Myself, Chris Quick, the chief, and some of his guys, and they got a lot of ideas,
Good.
Things that we think we need in that, or they do at least.
With that, we got to say goodbye.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Mayor. We'll be back tomorrow.